What's up, guys? Sorry if my throat's a little messed up today, but I'm at the shop and we have this 98 Blazer, which I'm sure you've seen before if you're familiar with my channel. It has a nasty vibration in the rear. We were test driving it. We did a bunch of other stuff on it, and then we took it for a test drive. It got like a new computer, all kinds of stuff. We had all kinds of issues with this thing. So we took it down the road, and it's got a nasty vibration. And I said to Wayne, I think, it might be a U-joint or something. So we got in, and we'll show you what it looks like. But Wayne got under there and said it's pretty nasty. So we'll get under there, and we'll show you how to change a U-joint. And this will be the same for any vehicle. It doesn't matter what it is, really. Changing a U-joint is changing a U-joint.
As you can see right here is where our one end cap for the U-joint is totally worn out. You can see all the play I have here in the drive shaft. There's a total of 4 of these end caps here, and a lot of times you gotta use like a pry bar, pop it out. Up here it just slips right out the transmission, out the transfer case, and I always like to have a drain pan because you sometimes do get oil out of that. So I'm gonna start taking the bolts off. Well, one thing is I don't feel like crawling back and forth putting in neutral in park, so I'm just gonna take them off here, and you can see the other bolts are a little tough to get to. That's why I got the wrench. So I'll start with the tough one. It's a lot easier if you do it in neutral, but I just don't feel like putting it in neutral right now. They are 11 millimeter. And most likely be like rusted in. You can see it doesn't easily want to come apart. And then I just pry on it. And then see that down here. All you gotta do is pull it back. Oh, no wheel came out. Alright, we'll take this over to the workbench now. All dry. That's another end cap. This one here is all the rust. And then this is actually the one that was shot. It's still in there. So now we're going to be pulling this all apart.
So what we use is a just a ball joint tool. And we'll show you how we use that. There's several different ways. But this is the easiest for us, so that's the way we do it.
Okay, they have this like plastic like tip here. I believe these are filled with the plastic inside them, where they need heat to take them out.
Yeah, here you can see what he was talking about.
Now it's coming out of the top.
Fireworks?
Oh yeah, it looks like a snake. Yeah, when you light a snake.
Yeah, there it goes.
This is like the only type you actually heat up. Kind of heat up and push it out.
Alright, so as you can see, the end will just go right on the U-joint there on the cap. And then you want to make sure that this end, of course, is bigger than the cap because that's how we're going to push it out.
We'll let that cool down there for a little bit, but that's it. Like that, you can see that's supposedly where that, like, it's like a nylon. I don't know what it is. It's like a plastic, like nylon or whatever it is. But it goes in that groove and that locks it in here. But the new ones, the replacement ones, I believe, have the clips. We didn't open the package yet, but they have like a clip. That's one way you can tell if they were replaced or not. go. It's out.
So you want to make sure you clean out all the rust. We just have one of these wire brushes on the end. We're gonna go in with a sander that we have, but just to show you guys how you can do it without having all kinds of fancy tools, just trying to get one job done. This is how you want to do it, and then you can also go in there with some sandpaper or whatever.
Yeah, whatever you got, you can make it work.
Yeah, that's basically just a flap wheel on a drill is all that we have. If you don't have that, use whatever you got. Like you said, it don't matter, because unless you seal these ends off, water's going to get in there with rust anyway, so it's really not that big of a deal.
I'm just trying to clean it just so I don't have any problems putting it together. Yep, see, this is the clips, and that's why you don't have to worry about that plastic we just burned out, because these are replacement ones, so they're going to come with clips instead. You just take off 2 end caps, make sure your needles never fall over, otherwise that turns into a nightmare. Just make sure, because if there is a grease fitting, some do have grease fittings, just make sure you got the grease fitting facing away where it be accessible for you to get to later. What I try doing is take this one, push it all the way in so it doesn't. Okay, you just want to carefully not knock over any of them needle bearings in there. I like to put this one just to make sure I have them. See, I'm just trying to press it together and just make sure I'm not bound up. Clip just, as you can see, it just clipped right over. Now I'm going to do the other side. Just want to press it just far enough we can get the.
Oh, no, losing your.
The other trick is you can like tape these things and do all kinds of.
Or just take them off until you're under the vehicle.
Yeah, until you're under the vehicle too. But
they usually stay in place pretty good.
You don't want to kill them either, because you don't want it too tight. Just enough for the clip to go on. And it's okay if you went too far on this side, because I did, so I had to put a little bit more tension to push that one back through a little bit. It looks like I can get my. And the clip just goes right on. And actually, that is really good.
Oh, that's good.
Normally, if they're tight, you actually like put this like on the edge of the vise and you whack it here with a hammer. Now loosen them up, but you don't want them too tight, but you don't want slop in there either. So that's really good.
And when this spins in the vehicle, the clips will go out and hit the inside, kind of like this, and that's what'll hold them from flying out. That's what the whole point of that
that's
clip
the clips.
is.
And they have like notches on the yoke that keep them from coming outward. Then I'm just gonna put a little grease just to help tack, just so this one's not falling off all the time. That helps kind of like glue them on.
Now this one actually went kind of easy. This can go much worse, but this is the gist of it. Just do whatever you got to do to make that happen. That's the process.
I'll walk it back over to the vehicle. I always try holding them like this. You don't want to make sure you. The other thing too is removing them. A lot of people wrap masking tape around them, but I'm just going to hold it so I know I don't lose nothing. Just clean these up a little bit. Oh, can you play that cord back in? Do you have my light on?
So we finally got the clips in, and now just got to run in the bolts, and she'll be good to go. Alright guys, so as always, I hope this helped. I hope that you enjoyed the vehicle. I just wanted to add a note. You can replace the straps. They're pretty cheap. I would always replace the straps if your U-joint actually let loose. If it broke, I would always replace those straps because it might have broke because one of those straps actually stretched. So they were good in this case. You'll never know if they really stretch or not until it flies back apart again. So if you keep having that issue, that's what your problem is. And we'll see you on the next one, guys. Thanks for watching.